What's up, guys? Welcome to Blue Presents Podcast, a podcast where I discuss all things music. And today, my guests are the band A War Within from Detroit, Michigan. And I'm so happy to have these guys on as they get ready to perform at Blue Ridge Rock Festival, headlined by some amazing, awesome acts, even including The Ghost Inside, which I saw last week in Worcester, which was absolutely a fantastic show. But before we get started, if you'd like to be a guest on my show or you have a show idea, reach out to me on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast of Blue, as well as Facebook. Blue Presents a Podcast. Just want to thank you guys for listening to today's show. And if this is your first time listening, subscribe on your favorite platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple, leave a review, Audible, all these other amazing streaming platforms. And I just want to thank you guys for listening to today's show. But before we get started, listen to my man AJ Pelletier on the reasons why you should be listening to the Roads We Travel podcast.
My name is AJ Pelletier, and I'm here to talk to you about my podcast, The Roads We've Traveled. It's a bi-weekly podcast where every episode I interview guests about their lives, their upbringings.
My father was, your stereotypical Irish drunk.
Their mental health.
Like serious depression, very bad anxiety. I can look, as a kid, I can see where it showed up.
And whatever else they have going on in their lives. It's a heartfelt show where we share intimate details about our lives, our joys, our struggles, and our passions. And we like to have some laughs along the way too.
Are you wearing a scarf?
Oh my God!
I love it. I love it. You have no idea how funny that is, AJ.
We all have our own struggles and battles we deal with. My show is to help you out and show you that you are never alone. So why don't you take this journey with us? Subscribe to us and tell a friend. We are available on all major podcast networks, and we're also available on YouTube. So what are you waiting for? Let's hit the road together.
Guys, welcome to Blue Presents a podcast where I discuss all things music and how it affects my life and how it affects our life. And today I am joined by Detroit's own A War Within. What is going on, gentlemen? Rory, Kyle, and Spencer.
You're Rory now.
Rory, I apologize.
I like it. Rory. Roy is kind of a special guy. He needs like a more special name. Kyle isn't special. Kyle needs the dumbest generic white guy punching drywall.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyways, what's going on, gentlemen? You guys good?
Yeah, we're doing good. How about yourself, man?
Not too bad, man. We were talking a little bit before offline about several different subjects, but my first question, as always, with every guest that comes on my show, what are your top 5 artists? We will start with Roy first.
Damn it.
Right, bitch.
All right, so the ones that I've been listening to lately, there's like 21 Pilots, Ice Nine Kills, Corpse, Kamara, and what's the other one? Grim Salvo.
Okay.
Roy is obviously the most elitist in our group. I don't recognize it. Are these all like what do you call that genre that Corpse is in? Like that, like it's not mumble rap. It's like
emo rap.
It's the devolved
Sad boy music, I guess.
Sad boy? Is that what you said?
Sad boy, I guess. I guess sad boy music, I guess. Yeah, sad boy hip hop. Kyle.
I gotta say, August Burns Red, Revenge Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, Kill Switch.
I can tell what era of music you listen to.
And I gotta go with, lately it's been Slipknot for that last one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the most classic rock band that you've listed.
Most classic rock.
Yeah, you were like, those were all like the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Bullet, Kill Switch.
Yeah.
Kill Switch is so good. I always hate this question because oh man, I listen to so many bands. Okay, let's go with the most influential for me. I'm gonna say AFI, Scary Kids, Scaring Kids.
Woo.
Yeah, I gotta go to my like old screamo. What was once screamo roots here? We'll do Circus Survive because I love doing Silverstein because that's how I met my wife, and I'll go with Nothing More because last year or 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, I was literally listening to the whole second album like literally nonstop.
No, Yeah, no, I love the Silverstein pick, man, because I was into Silverstein when it was like not cool to be into Silverstein before they started doing breakdowns and shit like that.
Same, dude.
So,
Dude, Discovering the Waterfront, their whole discography. It's funny. Silverstein is like the screamo version of Papa Roach, how they just don't die and they just keep evolving with time and they keep like not decreasing in popularity and keep going and somehow found their formula. So it's great.
No, I love that for the simple fact is that there's so many different, they've kind of gone through some ebbs and flows, and certain albums sound emo, certain albums sound hardcore, certain even sound, even more geared towards the metalcore side. So now that we've got that question out of the way, my next question is probably the most honest question I ask. And just for you guys, because I feel like we don't ask this question of any artist. How are you guys doing? Period. Like, just how are you?
We're doing okay, man. No. Help me, please.
Yeah. We're actually just kidnapped in some dude's basement, and please send help. No, yeah, I think we're doing all right. I think definitely 2020 has weighed on everyone.
For sure.
I feel like that's probably why you're asking the question. But I mean, I don't know. It's like me personally, I can't speak for the other two, but I feel like me personally, to be in the music industry, you have to have a very thick skin, whether it's industry or fans or haters. Like, everybody's got an opinion, and it's probably just because of technology these days that opinions get thrown around real easy, and sometimes they're really hard to hear, but sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, sometimes they're just opinions. But yeah, I don't know. It's like you gotta definitely be ready for just getting fisted. It's like sometimes it sucks. So, what about you? Are you doing okay? What about you?
I'm having a pretty good day. We all have our highs and lows. My allergies are kicking my ass, so I'd take that as a win.
Oh yeah, no, my son's got the same thing going on. Stuffy, congested, red eyes, all that allergy stuff. It's just bad time for those things. But no, I asked that question because, like you said, 2020 was such a significant year for so many artists, and you guys are a touring band. So I can imagine there was a lot of opportunities that were missed out, a lot of things that were put to the back burner. So I just definitely feel like we need to ask those questions, even if it's, random strangers. We need to reach out and really, like you said before, we were talking about making that connection, because we need to understand that at one point or another, we suffered a trauma last year. We all did, you know what I'm saying? And now we're, I guess, sort of coming out of the end. Who knows, depending on what news report you're reading these days, Yeah,
I think the biggest lesson I've ever learned from being in a band, and I don't know if I would have ever learned this lesson not being in a band, it's like survival is just so key, and how you carry yourself, whether it be mental health, physical health. It's like being in a band really teaches you is like shit can suck real fucking quick. It can get a lot worse than it is right now. So just be grateful that like you're not trapped in the middle of Texas, in the middle of nowhere with crackheads yelling at you. What the fuck are you looking at when you're not even looking at them? Just shit like that,
Whoa.
Yeah, this band has been through a lot, and it's like I've definitely learned some serious life lessons just being on the road. And I will say, to be honest though, 2020 really was like one of our best years as far as music goes. We had a great release. Our last album did really, really well. We hit over. It's the first time hitting over 1 million streams on Spotify, and I think it was partially just because these life lessons that we learned, pivoting and survival is like the key to being in a band. I hear stories all the time from other bands be like, yeah, we were on the brink of defeat and then suddenly we got signed and here we are on tour and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, sometimes you just don't know what's around the corner. But yeah, like for us, I know that like we got locked down in March, and that's when we released our third single of that album. And then from there, we just kept continually releasing music after like we had a couple hiccups, but yeah, like we took the opportunity because no one was releasing music at the time. And I think that's what helped blow up that last album that we've just released. So.
And there's nothing wrong with that, man. So just to kind of give you guys a basis of what I do on this podcast is I talk about the journeys into music, man, because I feel like all of us have all different types of journeys. And like we talked before, you guys are from Detroit where, I assume, rock music is popular. Hip hop music is definitely popular. But, metalcore and I guess any genre outside of those two genres right there, they're not so prominent. So how did you guys, I guess, Spencer, you probably, want to talk about like, I don't want to say go too far deep into your past, but kind of where you guys are right now as a band.
Well, it's funny. I'm the last founding member of when this band came to be. And I've only met through touring these other two guys. So it's like, I kind of agree. It's like, I think probably the biggest genres out here in Detroit specifically are probably like, it's like the garage sound, like the indie rock underground scene. Like Hamtramck is a huge city that has like 20 venues, and they're all small clubs. Yeah. And it's a pretty vibrant music place, but we would never play there because it's just like, that's not our scene. Like that's where like the White Stripes and the Von Bondies would like come around, the whole Cass Corridor crew, even though that's like more in Detroit. But yeah, it's funny because I didn't mention this on other interviews. I keep forgetting. It's like country is actually really big here in Michigan.
I believe it.
Which is surprising. I think that's probably why Kid Rock is so successful here, is because he takes rap and country and kind of puts it as one. And that's pretty much like why he could do 5 sold out nights, I think, at Little Caesars Arena.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were sold out. Don't quote me. If I'm wrong, internet, don't rip me to shreds. Yeah, it's like, I'd say those are probably the 3 biggest genres. You get rap, you get country, and garage. I call it garage, whatever you want to call it, like underground rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the metal scene is hit or miss here. I feel like maybe the metal scene or whole around the U.S., maybe even the world, is a little bit too cutthroat for how like as supportive as it should be. But I don't know. It's tough to say. That's just my opinion, and I feel like Detroit's just a cutthroat place. It's like any band that's been successful and gotten out of Detroit has been pushed, I guarantee you, probably in the same fashion. It's like, as a Detroiter, you look down on everybody struggling until they finally get through, because they don't accept bullshit cutting through and be like, well, I mean, I can say that technically like, bullshit has cut through from Michigan, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, I definitely feel like as a Detroiter, it's like there's definitely a realm of like just quality. They want quality.
Yeah, no, and I think the other thing too is like you've got a lot of like, as I understand, especially the Detroit area, you got a lot of manufacturing type jobs, a lot of hardworking blue collar kind of people here. So they want that authenticity with the music that they're getting. So do you feel like being in the area of Detroit kind of inspires some of your guys' music, or maybe gives you guys a different mentality stepping out with music?
I feel like when I talk to other Detroiters who aren't in Detroit anymore, they're like, yeah, I can definitely hear, especially our one of our more recent singles, like Go Fuck Yourself. I talked to a Detroiter who's actually from Florida now. He's like, yeah, you can definitely tell that this is written by a Detroiter. I was like, okay, that's interesting. I've never thought about that. Yeah, I definitely think, yeah, there's probably a sound that comes from the Midwest. Because it's like, I know a lot of huge bands, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, came like Attack, Icy Stars. Oh God, what's Shannon's band? But there's like a heaviness, a seriousness that comes from like I Prevail. It's like there's very few bands from Michigan that aren't that like almost metalcore and tougher vibe. Even though I know, well, I don't think Arctic Monkeys are from here. I think they're from somewhere else. But yeah, it's like it's surprising how many like good venues are out here. I think that's the part that really blows my mind still, because it's like this is nowhere near like how Motown was, where it was like the epicenter of that genre, that era basically. But yeah, you got like people like Joey Sturgis was in Indiana, and then Attack was coming from Ohio, and there's been a lot of great bands from the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of have like a similar vibe. I don't want to say sound. I'll say similar vibe.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. So as in talking with, what happened last year, you guys kind of started off 2021 pretty strong in February with dropping your album Panic Euphoria. And after that, dropping 2 singles, Go Fuck Yourself, Burn, and now you guys are getting ready for a 3rd single getting ready to drop on the 27th, Drag Me to Hell. Where does your creative drive come from? Like where are you guys like, because that seems like a lot of music to put out within, what are we in, month 9 of the year?
Yeah, right. September.
Yeah, September. Yeah.
I don't know. What would you guys say? I think it's just we don't see ourselves as somebody who can. Well, I feel like even the bigger bands, they don't sit there and go, well, let's coast. I think anytime we talk to somebody, it's like, man, so I've been working with a guy who was recently signed to a much larger band, and he's kind of like sitting back and doing more of the recording side of stuff now. But he's like, yeah, when we went to go record with this big producer, we had like 50 tracks completed. And I was like, wow, that's like, that's what to be expected. I feel like most pop artists and stuff, they have ghostwriters, they have like friends, everybody writes all around them, and then they put together all this music and they just pick what's the best, because that's like essentially what you want. You want the best of what you can give, because if you're going to put out some bullshit, your fans are going to definitely rip you to shreds. As we were talking about the Suicide Silence shit earlier, your fans will definitely let you know if you're putting out some bullshit. So
for sure.
I don't know, being a younger band like ourselves, it's like, I almost feel we haven't built a name for ourselves yet, whether that's true or not in other people's eyes. For us, I feel like that's kind of why we have to hustle more. And I think that's probably more of like the Detroiter mentality that we put along. It's like, we work hard, we play hard, we do everything hard. We're just hard all the time, right? Yeah, pretty hard.
Rock hard, baby.
But yeah, I think it shows, man. Like, and of course, that's probably where it really got inspired from, is like a lot of these bigger bands. They're like, yes, you don't realize, like, Falling in Reverse or Bring Me the Horizon, they might drop one song every year, but there's still a lot of shit that goes into that. There's PR, there's marketing, there's
music videos, all that stuff.
Yeah, there's radio interviews like this. There's plenty of shit that goes along with it that maybe you don't see. And meanwhile, they're writing like 30, 40, 50 songs, and then maybe they release the one, and then they'll keep the rest in the back pocket, and then finally record an album. Like, there's a lot to it that you don't see, and every band is doing this. So it's like, you got to get on board.
All right. So now I got to ask like the most pivotal question at this time currently in music: Kanye West or Drake? Because I feel like everybody's riding in a particular camp right now when it comes to those two.
Either of their releases. So
yeah.
Did they just put out new albums?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. He literally Kanye dropped what last Sunday, and then Drake just dropped out of nowhere yesterday.
You're more of the hip hop dude out of the three of us.
Neither of them.
Yeah.
You want to know what astonishes me? I would almost go Kanye West just because of the absurdness.
Hype. Yeah, the hype is definitely.
Absurdness. Can we call it hype? I'm gonna call it absurdness.
I'm gonna call it hype because, to be perfectly honest with you, based off of what he did, he definitely built up a hype that, unfortunately, when you hear that record, you're very, very disappointed. There was a lot of it's kind of sad. And I mean, the difference here is I'm pretty sure Kanye probably wrote and produced everything he did himself, whereas Drake,
went the more professional route.
Probably had a whole team and a whole gang of dudes that just put that work in.
Yeah, it's a team. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when it comes to putting bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that I saw on Kim Kardashian's Instagram story, she like posted that she was listening to his album, but like the volume was turned all the way down to 0. It was just like screenshot after screenshot of like, I'm listening to this new album, I love it. And it's like fucking mute.
You know what the most annoying thing is that those guys make so much news, especially like Courtney just made news because she was wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt. Like, oh my God. Like, who cares? But anyways, speaking of things that get us all nice and hot and bothered, let's talk about your single, Go Fuck Yourself. Who hurt you?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Who hurt you? Why did you choose violence?
It's funny because it's like, I feel like as a band, and it's funny because like the most recent member release that we did, and I say member release, we kicked him out. It's funny, again, fans are funny, dude. Like, well, probably weren't our fans, but we got shit because of, he was basically being a fuckboy. And he's like, well, what's wrong with being a fuckboy? You should fuck your fans and party all the time, dude, as being a band. Whoa. That's not kind of what bands do nowadays, dude.
No, that's how you get charges.
Yeah, the whole cancel culture right now, dude. That's why we straight as fuck. That's why I was like, I don't care if our names get dragged through the mud. It's like just a moral standpoint. Maybe when I was younger, I definitely wasn't the best human being on the planet, but now I'd rather take a nice moral stance and be like, from here on out, You know, obviously you can make mistakes, but yeah, the things were not amicable. But yeah, so the song's literally about past members and friends, and that's I wouldn't say hurt. It's more along the lines of people like to think that they can get in our way. It's like, dude, don't. Why? It's so much more energy to just be like, I'm going to try to stop you, as opposed to be like, hey, you guys, this isn't working out. I'm going to go. Like that's the honorable way to do it. But not many people choose that route. I'm going to just say that.
No, and that's completely understandable. And you're correct. In this day and age, the other thing that kind of annoys me about cancel culture is that somebody can do something in the past, but we're forgetting that people grow up, people change, people come into their own, people learn from things that they didn't know that they can learn, perfect example, like the whole DaBaby situation. I'm not saying he was correct in what he was saying, but can we give him the opportunity to learn and grow and stuff like that? And it appears that he's done that on his own by having gone and spoken to some particular groups. And I think what we need to remember is that rather than trying to quote unquote cancel someone or end someone, maybe education and a slight conversation. There's nothing wrong with being hurt by something somebody did, but let's explain to them in a way that they can understand, rather than just like, okay, I pissed you off. What do you want me to do about it? You know what I'm saying? I think we need more education, and we need more responsibility to the fact that people may have done things in the past can still grow as people. You know what I'm saying?
It's something that's like decades ago. It's like, do you think you're the same person you were even last year? No. I don't think so, man. Since the pandemic, I'm sure everybody's changed. But it's funny how that doesn't play a part sometimes. I don't know. It's one of those things where in this specific case, everything was up front. It's like, Kyle, don't be Kyle, don't fuck up, don't do stupid shit. If you're going to do stupid shit, it's not accepted here. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's kind of an understanding.
Yeah. It's part of it's like, I can't take the lies, dude. Just be honest with me. Yeah. That's really partial. Half of the song is about the dishonesty, and then the other half is just about me being so frustrated and wanting to rip a new one. That's where
I was going to say there's nothing wrong with that, because as it seems, you guys are a touring band, you guys are moving forward. And even though you're kind of downplaying it, 1 million streams is nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? That's an amazing accomplishment. And I don't care who you are, bro, you get the flowers for that, man, because that just doesn't happen because you guys are a meh band. You know what I'm saying? You guys are obviously doing something that a lot of people support. So much respect to you guys for that, and I think sometimes too, when you're not a band that's up front and out, I mean, you guys aren't like a Spirit Box band where like you guys are, getting that big push right now, but obviously enough people care about what you guys do that's a number you guys can obtain.
Right. I appreciate that. Well, and it's like, that's why we carry ourselves the way that we do. We work hard. We don't fuck our fans because we care about our fans. We want our fans to be happy about what we're doing, and we want to meet them all. We want to hang out with them. We want to fucking party with them. We want to have a good time and not leave a bad taste, not just because we're a business, but just because that's kind of the people we are. So we're a bunch of goofy, weird fucking people, and our humor is probably fucking dark and twisted as fuck.
Yeah.
But no, we definitely, I don't know. We appreciate that people even take fucking 30 seconds to listen to a song. Like it's sad. We've had people fly across the country to come to a hometown show. It's like, it's people like this, people who are willing to sit down on a Zoom call and talk to us about us. That's just like, that means the world to us.
Yeah, man. And like I said, it's this day and age of the artist, and we were talking about a band who's going for a look, and even though they're ripping off someone else's sound, just being honest with yourself, being honest with the fans that you have, and, I don't know, it sounds like a good motto to me, because you're a married man. I don't know what your guys' other relationship statuses are.
They're married together.
Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that either. We support that. I mean, that's kind of messed up, Kyle. You're not embracing that love that, Roy could be giving you.
Yeah, what the fuck, Kyle?
Roy, I've been wanting to tell you this for a while, but I wanted to force you.
Okay.
But babe.
What the fuck,
I mean,
Kyle?
Exactly. But no, I mean, completely understand because, you know, like you said, I know it's a stupid thing to say, but not fucking your fans is a good motto, period. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? It literally, figuratively, and any other aspect of that. And in this conversation we're having here, I'm, you know, you can tell you guys are a down to earth kind of band and you guys just want to have some fucking fun and make some great music while doing it.
Yeah, we would love to do nothing but make music all the time. And if we're gonna make it about something else like that, that's just not what we're about.
Get an OnlyFans.
Even then, dude, if we started an OnlyFans, it would be a joke.
Yeah.
We take ourselves seriously, but we like to joke around a lot. Like,
no, for sure.
As this band has kind of progressed, we like to have a good time, man, and that's just part of it. So, and that's something we wouldn't want to joke about.
No.
That's some shit we get pissed off about.
So from that song to your latest music video I've seen, Burn, where you guys literally burn, who came up with the idea for the Hot Ones challenge?
This motherfucker loves some spicy ass shit, which you wouldn't think that, man. He's like German as fuck and like white as fuck. So
I was about to say, you know, Germans get kind of spicy, so watch out now. You know?
They get spicy. I think they like beer, cheese, and chocolate, right? Not spicy, right? Well, Roy and Roy's families it must be the exception.
There's nothing wrong with that. So, who came up with the idea to do that right before a music video where you guys look clearly in pain?
Well, the funny thing is that like during the quarantine and the pandemic, it was a day that I was bored and my sister gifted me like some of the hot sauces from Hot Ones. Mm-hmm. I did a live stream on our Instagram where I like tried them and ate them, and I was just like I can handle spicy stuff, but that shit like kind of killed me. And so I like texted them later that night and I was like, as soon as we're out of this pandemic, the first video we're going to film, I'm going to make us all hurt.
Yeah, because I feel like you came up with this idea like a year or so ago. Like this is like from probably 2020, maybe March or May, somewhere around that era. Like it was like
April, I think.
Yeah, it was like around that era. I was like, man, we've been talking about this for a while. It's
now,
funny.
which one was it that you guys did? Was it the Last Dab sauce?
Yep, the Last Dab.
Okay, because I'm looking it up. Okay, so I wanted to see if it was like a habanero base, but I see why you guys hurt. It's a Carolina Reaper. It is the. I love spicy food as well too. Me and my wife are definitely. We love our Indian food hot as well too. But the Carolina Reaper is a pepper that we stay very, very, very far away from because I myself have had experience with it and it was nothing enjoyable because I like my heat, but I also like my flavor. You know what I'm saying?
That's how spicy stuff should be.
That's why I would recommend like honestly, if you were to try like one of the spicy ones, try the Last Dab Apollo because they actually put like some pretty good flavor into it. I think you guys can vouch for that it like didn't taste like shit.
No, it was the one that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was decent.
I just remember breathing fire like a fucking dragon.
Burns,
that video was like, I loved it because it was almost like if you guys could have put in an effect of Spencer just shooting out some smoke out of his mouth, that would have made that video so awesome because it looked like you were hurting, man. It really did.
I'm not sure the video really portrayed the pain enough, but I'm glad that you see it. Yeah, it sucked. Like right away, I was like getting indigestion burps. I was just like burping as I was walking to the microphone. I was like, oh God, this is gonna be my life now. Yeah, it was very painful. I've never felt like the ability to breathe out actual temperature heat. Mm-hmm. Just going
yeah. I would so like on like how long did it take before it like kind of dissipate? Did milk help? Because I saw you guys had like Nestle Quick on procedure. I saw someone was drinking lemonade. I was like, what?
Very prepared, yeah. How long did you forget? What was it, maybe 30 minutes? 30 minutes before
like the full effects went away.
Somebody's paging you.
I think that like the adrenaline of like trying to like play through the song like helped a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because our brains were like occupied. It was like pain, perform.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Roy, it looked like you, for whatever reason, you know, you were under. I couldn't tell if it was just because you were under a light. You just look like pretty on the sweaty side. You were looking pretty glistening.
Yeah, because the thing that sucks is that because I'm used to like spicy stuff, it doesn't hurt like my mouth. Like fills my stomach. I was playing the Truth or Dab game from like Hot Ones a couple weeks prior with my girlfriend, and I was just like hunched over the couch, just like dying in it. And like her friends wanted to come over the next day and like play the game again. And I was like, I don't think I can do it. We can't. We gotta cancel. I can't. And she was like, it's happening. I was like, fuck.
You did it back to back?
I did it back to back.
Obviously, you can tell we're fucking dumbasses.
So now that we've got this question, because I don't know if you can tell, I'm a big guy. I love food. Food's always a good thing. What's your go-to food on tour where you guys are out?
Oh yeah, who doesn't love food? Okay, it depends. I would say it depends where we are. Mm-hmm. If we're out west or down south, we always try to hit up Mexican because it's so much better once you cross around Colorado, Utah, anywhere from like Seattle, Portland. When we play in Portland, there's a venue that we played at a couple times. There's a beautiful Mexican place like right in the same parking lot as the venue, so we always eat there. It's good shit.
Wendy's, Taco Bell.
Yeah, it really depends on where you are, because it's like
exactly.
It depends on how much of an emergency you're in as well.
Exactly. Yeah. How much money you got on you?
There's most categories.
It's like ramen and canned foods and shit like that.
Yeah.
You have, with like, if we're suddenly breaking down, then it's like, how desperate are we, and how, like, what's the nearest place?
It's categories, I'd say. So there's food that you bring with you, because you always want to have food with you. And that's usually like, peanut butter. I do peanut butter and honey, and I might be the only one, but we have like a hot plate that we bring, a kettle so that we can do ramen and Chef Boyardee. Am I missing anything? What do you guys bring?
I stock up on canned ravioli.
Yeah, so it's usually like something like that, ramen.
Yeah.
Peanut butter sandwiches. And then we'll do fast food is probably the next category. Probably Wendy's, Taco Bell are probably the top two.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Sometimes it could be other things, just depend on where you are, because there might not be a Wendy's or something like it. Maybe there's a Subway at the gas station.
I'll give you guys a suggestion if you're in the South or like even like lower Midwest.
Okay.
Checkers or Rallies.
Oh yeah,
they're super cheap. And those fries are so good.
Oh yeah, I like Checkers a lot.
Yes.
The other thing is like depending on what the gas station has. I was into a gas station breakfast sandwich for a long time. Like, they're really expensive and they're probably not great for you, but
probably not. I had my wife was a little too snooty for me one time about gas station food, and I got her actually hooked on something. So now whenever I go to that gas station, she's like, "Are you picking those up?" And I'm just like, "Do you want me to pick those up?" Pepper Jack taquitos. Such a good thing. Pepper Jack taquitos. Not too spicy, but enough spice.
Yeah, dude, Pepper Jack is my favorite cheese.
Cumberland Farms, and I insert whatever. I think Pilot as well too. If you guys do truck stops, I don't know if you guys do truck stops as well too.
Usually on the road, like the most prevalent gas stations are probably like Flying J's and Pilots.
Yep. Completely understand. I did over the road truck driving for about a year, so definitely know I got my insights there and stuff like that. And you are correct when it comes to Mexican food. Further west and south you go, the food just gets better. I gotta find the name again. I'll give it to you when I do. There's a spot in New Mexico, was absolutely amazing. For $10, I got a plate the size of 2 plates of just burrito, rice, beans, and all the salsa I could handle.
Like Mexican. Yeah, it's good.
I would also add that whenever you get a chance, Waffle House.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah, who can't beat the Waffle House, especially just for entertainment?
Yeah, in Michigan, there's no. Oh yeah, well, it's also one of the few things that's open all the time. And since we're on the East Coast, there's none on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Since we're on the East Coast, it's pretty much the closest one is where he lives in Toledo, and it pretty much goes all the way down to even Florida. It goes. I don't know how far west it goes, but it's like anywhere from like here to Georgia, maybe even. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we love like Waffle House is like that's the bougie eats on the road.
Bougie eats.
Yeah, it is. That's the bougie eats, man.
I jammed on that gas station burrito that one time.
Nothing wrong with that.
So eat in the middle. Oh my god! So quick story here.
Yeah.
Where were we driving from? Was it Indiana? we were driving from somewhere and we're stopping on the way back. Or wait, no, was it the Holland show? Was it the Holland show? I think it might have been. It might have been like Christmas of because the van crapped out. Remember at that gas station we had to start it up with the jumper?
Something like that, yeah.
He bought one of those. If you ever go to the gas station in the frozen section, usually there's a microwave. It's not as big. It's like a good.
It's just a long burrito.
Yeah, it's like really long and
The XL Grande, I think it's called.
Longer.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like the XL Grande or something like that. It's pretty almost.
Yes,
That's a
Yeah.
So this
Fat guy stuff.
Yeah. It's just the food that binds us. No, this dumbass fucking heats it up, and then you weren't even driving, were you? You were like,
you were driving. I like turned on the lights so I could see what I was eating, and you're like, turn that shit off. And I was like,
yeah, because it's so fucking annoying to drive with the dome light on, and you fucking gonna chew it into it like this. Like, how do you not know where the fucking burrito is, dude?
At one point, I like got like halfway down the burrito, and then like a road light passed by, and I like saw the damage that I did, and I was like, oh my god, no, guys. And I like turned on the light, and I was like, ah, shit.
You were eating from the middle like a fucking idiot.
Everyone was like, how did you do that? And I was like, I thought I was doing so good.
You gotta love stuff like that, man. So so now that we've pretty much turned this from a music podcast to a food podcast, we'll go back to the music. Do you guys have like a particular genre or playlist that you guys play when you guys are out on tour? Something you guys enjoy that maybe other people should check out, or something? Roy seems to have a pretty interesting taste in music.
So it's funny, when we're not on tour, I'll listen to like a lot of like heavier shit. When we are on tour, I'll listen to like a lot of more chill stuff, because when you're standing there in the venue, like with just loud ass metal music going on for hours, it kind of gets a little tiring. So you're like, you know what, let's listen to like, I don't know, some jazz or something today. Like,
You listen to jazz?
No, it's just I look for like chill shit, just because like I hate silence and everything, but it's like I need something that's not metal.
I got something for you.
Let me interject really quick. On the road is usually when I do some of my best writing. When I'm driving, for some reason, that's when some of the best melodies that I come up with come to me pretty easily. So anytime I'm driving, I'll always listen to our.
Well, that's why our music has sucked lately.
I'll listen to like all the songs that we don't have finished vocals to. What you got here?
It's just nothing but chill lo-fi beats.
Oh, is that the fruit playlist or whatever it's called?
Lo-fi fruits.
Yeah, lo-fi fruits. Yeah. Some people say it's something good to listen to when you're trying to go to sleep, and I've actually been using it because I do suffer from a bit of insomnia every once in a while. So definitely love that lo-fi stuff to sleep to.
I was listening to the what's the name of that stuff where it's like the sound waves are supposed to help calm your body and prepare for REM sleep. I used to because definitely on the road, it's hard to sleep. You're in the vehicle and it's like, so just like, damn, I need something to calm me down.
All right. So now that I've asked that question, which one of you is the worst driver?
I'd say.
Shall we do a little story time about when Roy fucking drove the bus the first time? We talked about this the last time.
Let's do it.
Okay, so since Kyle's from Chicago and Roy's from Toledo, where did we play? I don't even remember where the hell we played. Where did we just play?
Michigan Metal Fest.
No, where did we play just last? We just talked about it.
Oh,
where did we just play?
In Mishawaka.
Oh yeah, that's right. So in Indiana, we're driving home from Indiana. So that's why he wasn't with us. He was going the other direction. We were heading east. He was going west. And we started to reminisce about the time. Yes, we were at a gas station somewhere. It was pretty late because we usually go crash. Like when we're on the road, we'll go crash at either like a super center like Walmart or Meijer or Publix or whatever, wherever the hell we are. It's something where we can park 24 hours and they won't kick us out. Or that's like our secondary. We'll go to Planet Fitness because they're pretty much state or nationwide, and they are 24, so they won't kick you out either. Plus, you can get showers and stuff.
Makes sense
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, some of them will kick you out. It's fucking funny. It's like, dude, we literally just started working out like 4 hours ago. Now you're kicking us out. We were at a gas station. We gassed up. We're like, all right, Roy, here's your first shot of driving. We had a bus back then. It was like a E350, like the shuttles you take at the airport, like the ones that have like the doors. Yeah. And Roy gets into we have a trailer too, so it's like the bus plus the trailer. We're like at least 40 feet long.
Everyone's girlfriends was along for the ride as well, so it was a full bus. I could have ruined a lot of lives that day.
And Roy fucking sits down in the seat. He's getting ready to go, and he's about to make a left turn out of the gas station. And here comes a car or a truck or something just speeding up. And now Roy's hitting the gas at the same time. And I'm like, hey, dude, wait, and he like almost collides. And I was like, this is your first time, dude. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, no, Kyle's a car guy. And I don't know, I've been driving since I'm the oldest one. If this isn't a video, is there a video? This is strictly podcast, no video?
It's strictly podcast.
Okay, so Spencer, am the oldest one in the band, and have been driving since at least both of these two were sperm in their daddy's nutsack. So so I'm like to say that I've, knock on wood, never been in an accident for one, but definitely well experienced. Yeah, Roy is just not. Roy's the little baby of the group for sure.
He's never been in an accident. I fell asleep driving and rear-ended someone once. So there's the difference.
Oh yeah, that was before you started to drive for. Okay, yes, that's right.
Oh God, yeah. So steering wheels and Roy don't go together.
Roy and motor vehicles, dude.
So now, we're talking about that and we're getting a little funny, but onto a little bit more of what's going on with you guys and playing shows. You guys are getting ready to play Blue Ridge, man. How excited are you guys to be playing shows again? How excited do you feel? Like, as I understand, you guys have played a show recently. How do you feel? What's the difference in before the pandemic and now here we are still, I guess, kind of in it in some supports?
I guarantee it's a night or day difference. I don't know. It's like, I enjoy, if you literally told me, Spencer, you're going to have to just be locked up in your studio writing music for the rest of your life, I'd probably still be happy, but I find more excitement and it's more fun to play shows. It's more stressful, obviously, too, but it's definitely more of an enjoyment to see the results as opposed to just go, okay, how many streams do we have on this song? Because that can be more disappointing than anything, I feel, if you care about that stuff too much. For Blue Ridge, I'm kind of frightened just because of the amount of people are going to be there, as opposed to just the preparation, like the focus, like how many people we're going to be playing and how tight we want the set to be. Our goal is to try to make the money back for the trip. So we're going to have to be slinging as much merch, and that definitely helps when you can play well. So it's we're also going to be trying to sling merch, like just not on the same show day, like throughout the whole weekend, and try to meet people, try to network. I feel like as a band that hasn't like broke through, we're not a Day to Remember. You wouldn't see a Day to Remember walking through the crowd going, hey, check out our music, shit like that. So, but I guarantee when every one of these bands started, they did something like that. So it's like
similar,
good to carry that on because you never know who you're going to meet. And I don't know, it's going to be very exciting, but nerve-wracking, I'm sure, at the same time. How do you guys feel about it?
You pretty much just summed it up.
Yeah, you're excited. Feel these nipples.
Cut glass. I'm sure. And that's a cool thing to do, man, because to be perfectly honest with you, anytime I can remember an artist, I will remember the interaction as opposed to what songs they performed on stage. I've had a friend of mine on this show before who talked about the vocalist from Miss May I, just encouraging him at the time he was a drummer, and just kind of a positive experience he had with him kind of changed his life into being a vocalist, and it's kind of changed his whole life. So the fact that you guys are willing to do that just to be out there to talk to people, I think that's probably the most amazing thing. And that's why conversations like this are awesome, because it really gives people a chance to see that besides just making heavy ass music, that you guys are real people with real emotions and are willing to say, hey man, we want to show you we care.
I guarantee if you talk to every musician out there, unless they're a fucking weirdo, they always come across be like, I met so-and-so and then I decided I wanted to play guitar or play bass or sing or whatever. ever. I met this person and I was just so in awe about how cool they were. I thought they were cool, whatever bullshit maybe you buying at the time, but you see that like, wow, this dude is real. He's fucking, you obviously must have thought he was dope. You went to a show, his band is sick. So it's like, man, what's wrong with aspiring to be somebody? I feel like growing up, that's just like, that was the question as a kid, is like, what do you want to be when you grow up? So it's like, I want to be like, for instance, Jonathan Davis. Like, I get it. It's like, there's some coolness to it. There's like, I don't know, music speaks to people, even on a language breakdown. It can still speak to you if you don't speak the same language. So I don't know, there's just something to it. There's something too about the human connection we get as musicians. And I feel like that's part of what makes us musicians.
And I think that's a great thing to have, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you guys going out there and really just, hey man, I'm like you. We're just, cause you know, we play in a band and you're seeing us at a venue or whatever the case is, we're humans, we're real. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, with the way your guys' year is going so far, what are you guys looking forward to? Are you guys getting ready to tour again? Are you guys hoping to kind of get that started in 2022?
What are we looking forward to the most? What do you guys think?
The hardest part is figuring out how to keep ourselves afloat on our personal ones, bills, this and that, while also being able to do this and make this a full-time thing at the same time. Like,
yeah, I feel like the biggest struggle of being an independent musician is to try to look like you're the shit without like getting there just yet. Cause I think that's kind of how you get your foot in the door, but it's, you can't fake it till you make it anymore. Like you could have back in the day. And I feel like there's a realm of like sacrifice that goes along with all this stuff. And it's definitely not the easiest thing to do.
I'm looking forward to like playing shows again, filming music videos for upcoming singles and whatnot. It's like, I've noticed it's like hard to pinpoint what to say to look forward to after this past year, basically. Like got rid of any expectations anybody could possibly have. So it's like I look forward to touring as long as things keep going well.
As long as it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And that's the thing, man. We're in this weird situation where like things are open and then they're not, then there are restrictions and mandates and kind of hard.
I knew the moment that they were going to start doing shows again, everyone was going to hit the road. And I was like, well, the possibility for us to tour is there, but it's probably not going to be as good because it's like being a smaller band. Even being a bigger band, it's all about competition at that moment. Like you asked the Drake and Kanye question. It's like, well, obviously they're in competition to each other, but even though you can be successful without being in competition, like that's really what, I guess to answer your question is like, what would you look forward to the most? It's like, man, having fun. Like I think the shitty part about being a musician is how much you have to do before you can actually enjoy just playing the music part.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like business sides of things. There's a lot of just other shit that you don't get into music for that you still have to do if you want to make this a career. And it can be nerve-wracking. It can be unsettling. It's just like, it's a lot to deal with. And I don't know. It's like, I definitely look to the fun times. Like that's a part of the problem is like, since we're all over the place, it's like, we don't hang out as much as we usually do. Or maybe as much as a band that like all lives in the same area. So it's like, it's fun. Anytime we make a music video, even though it's stressful, or anytime we play a show, we still have a lot of fun. It's like hanging out together. We're just a bunch of fucking idiots that vibe well. And you know, it's like we have a good time together. So it's like, that's pretty much what I look forward to. It's like, I could sit in the studio all day long and still probably have a good time, but it's probably more fun with other people and they're carrying the burden too. And I don't know, we're like a locker room. So it's like, we like constantly make fun of each other. And I think that's enjoyable. Do you guys enjoy that? You guys fucking are douches and stuff? Like you enjoy that? Yeah. The rival
in paradise. Yeah.
The rivalry between Roy and Kyle's just entertaining. The entertainment factor, it's just there.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you for you guys coming on today, man. And I think before we get out of here, I want to let everybody know where they can find A War Within. You can find them at awwmusic.com, on Facebook, A War Within Band, on Instagram, A War Within, TikTok and Twitter, A War Within Music. And is there anything else you guys want to plug before we get out of here?
I don't think so. We always have new music coming out.
Yep. New single, September 27th, Drag Me to Hell.
Always pre-save our stuff. Say what up. Send us some DMs, man. We want to talk to you guys.
Check out Kyle's OnlyFans. It's so good.
So I guess the question is Rory the only fan, or Rory only fan?
Or Rory now. It's just going to happen.
Sorry.
It's such a white.
The only fan.
It's so perfect for you because it's such a wider name.
One.
Anyway, were you saying Spooner?
Okay, so it's funny that you give Roy a nickname because it's like we are literally like fucking like a team. We're a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
We make fun of each other all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're such children even. Yeah, dude. Like, so Roy's last name, how to pronounce it, is Gildenfinnig, right?
Goldenfinnig.
Is this Golden?
Goldenfinnig.
So in German, it translates to golden penny, right?
Yes.
But
Golden Penny. Huh.
no one ever knows how to fucking say it. I just call Roy. He's Roy Golden Fucker. I don't remember how I came up with that, but it's probably not that creative.
Roy Golden Fucker.
Like one of my supervisors at work the other day was like, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm just not even gonna try. And I was like, dude, just call me Golden Fucker. Like
He's just like, probably not. That sounds like an HR issue.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for coming on today, taking some time out of your, getting ready to play Blue Ridge, man. I appreciate it, man. And please check out A War Within, man. You just heard this show, man. These are some down to earth dudes. And check them out at Blue Ridge if you're out there, man. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right. Words.